Mm-hmm. Should have some music playing. And let's try to get to this at a show. Let's make sure we're up everywhere before I get to talking. Peace and good morning, everybody. I guess that's enough justification to have music, and that gives me a chance to test to make sure I have audio coming through this bad boy, right? So here we go. The interlude I think it's on streaming services now. So these instrumentals are coming from. So instrumentals for a project I did with Wanna Dial. And I see they are not coming through yet. Bear with me while I get the desktop audio going. Bear with me. There we go. Doesn't look like a stereo though. Hold on. And it does not say it's mono, so it should be stereo. Oh well, it looks like it's mono, but whatever. Why is this not coming through like that? Bear with me, bear with me. It's not coming through a stereo here. I'm worried it's not going to come through a stereo where it needs to. You know what? I wonder if that's coming through. I'm going to take a chance. No filters. Getting set up in OBS. I'll be done in just a second. Hope everybody's having a good Monday. Peace and thanks to Q for mixing this. The interlude. Instrulude. The interlude is a project by Wanna Dial who coordinated and made this project happen. He's the MC on this. The only MC besides Aida. Why is this coming through? It's just mono. Alright, we're just about to hope audio is alright coming through as mono for the day. I'm not gonna spend too much time fighting with this. Let's kill the audio. Alright. Peace and good morning, happy Monday. I hope everybody had a good weekend. I did have something I wanted to say before I got into this morning, but I'm gonna speak on what I'm gonna do real quick. This morning I'm trying to troubleshoot, following up on something I was doing last night. Last night I built my first expansion pack in MPC Expansion Builder. And as a matter of fact, let's get that open first. Expansion Builder. So I was in the MPC Expansion Builder last night. Looks like it didn't save any of what I typed in here last night, which is cool. But I built, I went through the process of building expansion packs. And I had some trouble with a couple of them. The first one I built just had audio files. It didn't have the programs that I had created. And as a matter of fact, let's open up the project so I can show you the project. Well, you know what? No, I have the expansions here, right? Ooh, and it's not loading the... Looks like I have an old version of the expansion pack in here too. So in the MPC software, I guess you're not gonna be able to see the same way as last night unless you're looking at the software. Sharing all screens on Facebook and YouTube and I'm sharing off screens here. It might be a little hard to see on your phone, but if you look in the desktop window in the top right, I built an expansion pack using, or an expansion, I guess is what they just called, using Apollo Brown's Dirt and the Cracks Volume 2. And I built it so that it would contain samples, project, and programs at one point. But one of the versions that I created just had the just would only load the project, although the samples and the program were there. And it looks like that's the only one that's showing right now still. So I want to remove that one from the software and load the other one up real quick that shows the samples and the programs. The weird thing about this, though, just so I can show you, this one is called ABDITC V2. I named it that way so I could kind of tell the difference between the ones that I was creating. And that one is probably showing up on this SD card if it'll pop up. It may not show up for it. Yeah, it's not showing up. Might have to look at it through, well, I guess it's showing up on the MPC. So on the MPC, I think I go to Untitled, and it doesn't show there either. Hold on, baby. It's probably because I have the SD card plugged into the MPC, but the MPC is in controller mode. Let's try and put the MPC in, take it out of controller mode real quick. And take you along my whole troubleshooting process. Oh, but also so you can see, also when you go in here, since this expansion, this one, the funky one is loaded, the one that's only showing the project. When I come to load sounds on the MPC, you have the options for program type. I choose drum, and when the SD card is in, or I guess when it's in controller mode, it pulls the expansion that is installed, which is, when it's in controller mode, the one that's installed is the bad one, which I installed during the demo last night. I'm figuring this out now as I'm going. So what happens is you go in here to use expansions, you see the expansion is there, Dirt and the Cracks Volume 2, but when you click in there, there's nothing on any of these slots. What should be there is the programs I created last night by dragging and dropping the folders onto the pads and then exporting or saving that as a session. So what we're going to do is go show you what happens, what that session looked like first, I believe. So the source files I used to create these, this is probably the one that's in place, right? Does have the XPJ file? No, this does not have the XPJ. Right. So this is the good one here. On this SD card, which won't show up right now, is the bad one. So I'm going to pop this SD card out. SD card out, right? Pop it into the laptop. See the difference between the two in the laptop. Should probably name it as I do it. It's called Untitled one. Let me name it first so I make sure I know which one is which. Title 1, call this MPC X4 CF Compact Flash. This other one is called Untitled. I think it's the MPC's internal storage. I think that's what's happening here. Create a folder in there? No, I can't create a folder in there. I think that's because it's the internal storage of MPC that can probably only be accessed through the MPC software doing stuff. Not sure, right? But I copied the expansions folder, the bad version over here. And this is the bad one, right? Like I said, this is a working session, so don't expect me to be real smooth with it. Figuring this out as I go. Okay, this one doesn't look like the bad one either, because I'll show you why in a minute. right. I'll go back to the source files first, how I created it, right? So in audio, sound library, no, Expansion Builder, I created a folder called Expansion Builder last night. And in there I had the 2 different versions I was working on. These are the exported versions. I should call that exports, to be honest. I had 2 source file folders, right? 3 actually. This one right here is the one that you see right here. See how it's named ABDITCV2? We go into MPC software. This one, ABDITCV2, shows up right here. That's the project name. And in there you can see there's the project file, abditcv2.xpj, and the MPC software project files are .xpj files. So we know that's the one that has the project file in it, right? The one right here is called without project. So because I just deleted the project file but made a copy of what was in the project data folder. So I copied everything from this folder, put it over in this without project folder, and use that to create my expansion pack, right? Before I had another problem too. I created it with the long name, and this just didn't show anything, projects or anything. So I figured the long name, maybe the dash, maybe the dot, and the name created the problem. But I created the proper one, the working sample pack or expansion was created using this. And in here you see I have all the wave files, so the fills, you see the hats, you see the kicks, and you see the open hats, rolls, snares, all those I created using that project that I created here inside the MPC software. I created these drum programs too for each one. So I took all the fills, created a drum program out of those. Took all the hats, created a drum program out of those. And also, let me make sure I mention I bought the expansion packs from Apollo Brown. I bought his Dirt Volume 1, 2, and 3. Since I'm using him as the example, I think it's important to say that I paid the brother, man. And also the drum broker. I wanted through the drum broker. He said that's the only place to officially buy his sample packs. I went and looked that up and everything, just to verify. So all these XPM files were used to create this version of the sample pack, right? The one that was created, it looks like at 7:18 p.m. is probably the one. So we're gonna go and actually. This is the one. Okay. Right, this is the Apollo Dirt folder. This one I could actually delete. That's when I pulled these back in. I brought these back in last night just because I was trying to demonstrate the problems. So let's go delete this from the MPC software first. Pull the right one to the MPC software, and then you'll see what it's supposed to look like. So in MPC software, Tools, Expansion Manager. Click on Dirt and the Cracks Volume 2, install. Yes, you see it disappears, close. You see it disappears from over here. Also, let's see what happens in the MPC software, or the MPC hardware itself. So I go to Menu, Browser. I see the compact flashcard showing up in there now, but if you scroll down, before at the very bottom here, they were showing the Dirt and Cracks Volume 2. I know I got no sleep. I woke up at 4:30 this morning. It's usual wake up time. Right, let's delete these crappy ones. We're gonna keep them just for example. So let's create a demo for it. Nope, I gotta keep the name the same. No, I don't. Bad examples. Alright, so bad examples are in there. Now, if I go to the expansion folder, this is the good one I created, because this is the one I created at the latest time, 7:30 last night. To install the expansion pack, you just take it, and you drag it into the MPC software, right? So import. There you see Dirt and the Cracks Volume 2. It has all the details. I copied all the details from the Drum Broker site, and I put in the address to where you can go download it as well, the web address. Hit import. You see it pop up over here on the screen, right there. DCC's no too insane. So Dirt and the Cracks Volume 2 shows up both on the MPC and on the whatchamacallit, on the MPC and in the MPC software, but it's not showing my samples. So this must be a bad one too. Right, so the good one must be in that other folder. Let's dump this bad boy and see what happened. Ah, there it goes. I have another one right here. So you see this one without the project files. This should be in my bad examples folder too. Drag this to the bad examples folder. Okay. Alright, that's in the bad examples folder. This doesn't need to be in the without project folder. Let's uninstall it again and come back. You should get to see the whole troubleshooting process, which is hopefully helpful. Hopefully, be encouraging. So expansion manager, dirt in the cracks, uninstall, yes, close. You can see it's gone here under expansions inside of the software, and also on the MPC. Scroll down, it's gone again. Now let's install the right one. This one was created at 736. The other one was 734. So drag it, same details. All my details are there, including the URL where you can go download it and buy it. Support other producers. There's not a lot of money popping. But now when you click on it, look at that. You see on the expansion, there's one. You see these number 7 down there. So it shows that there must be 7 files in there. Is what I'm saying. 7 files. I'm assuming it'll be the 7 programs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes. I should have deleted this one called audio. That was an audio track that was just left in the program. So I should have cleaned up before I created the expansion. There's no way to delete it once it's in the expansion. So I'll probably create future ones more cleanly. These are just for me. These aren't things that I would give away or sell. This isn't my This isn't mine to give or sell. Support Apollo Brown if he wants me to create these for him and help support him. I'll gladly do that for a couple of companies. But in there you see the programs all show up in there, and there's 7 programs. But you see the project file, it still shows there, poopy pop. Project file still there, but I'm not going to complain about that. Maybe this is a good thing. As a matter of fact, let's open the project file in a second, but let's go look at sequence and sample. Sample, you see all the samples there. You can hear all the different samples. Wow, that's loud as hell. Hope it's not as loud for you as it is for me. But you can hear all the samples that are in there. I don't want to keep playing all these samples because I want anybody chopping stuff. Look at that. You see the number change to 265? So I guess based on what you're looking at, I got project 1. Okay, it shows that there's 1 project in the sample pack. Go to program 7, change to 7. You see there's 7 samples in the sample pack. Now, expansion. Let's go down and look at it on the MPC real quick. On the MPC, let us see. So it shows 1 sequence. I forgot I have a sequence in there too. I wish it would have named. I named the sequence. But for some reason, the MPC software is just leaving it as a default file name of 1. In the old version of the software, you used to rename the sequence 2, I believe. But you see there's a sequence file in there on the MPC. In the MPC, click on programs. You see all the programs are there. So you could actually load them. You could create auditions for these programs as well, but I didn't do that. That's going a little step further than I really wanted to. I just wanted to learn how to do this. And there, you can see all the different joints in here, and you just click on each one. You could double-click one on hit load, and it would load to a pad if you want. But I also want to go to the sounds browser in the MPC, so hit the button for sounds. Go to user expansions now. Then you see Dirt in the Cracks Volume 2, and now it has number 2 on it. That's weird. I think it should have one of that. But all right, hit the number 2, and look, now you see in each one of these spots, you see the different programs that I created. So the Dirt fills, I can load those into the software if I want. So I just double-clicked on them now. If I go to the main page, see Apollo Dirt fills is one of the only programs in here. Oh, I spelled that crazy. I didn't do a lowercase I. Oh well. But now on each of my pads, you see there's all the fields are on there. So dope fix figured out what the problem was. Now I have a question though, so let's test this out. I want to close the MPC software so I can take the MPC into standalone mode, and let's see if in standalone mode on the MPC. Make sure you have ejected drives. Let's eject just to be safe. I think I have to eject this untitled drive, which I believe is the MPC. Oh, no. I think that untitled might be X4. I can't. Nope, that's not it. Untitled, I think, is the MPC. So eject that. While we're at it, eject the flash card. Cannot be using it. That's not telling what I'm using it. Poopy pop. I don't see which programs using it. I'm just gonna kill it. Screw it. Let's take the MPC in a standalone. Hit yes and see what happens. Yep, you see that untitled drive disappeared now in the software. So now let's go to the sound browser here, right? So let's open up an empty project. And under empty project, get out of instruments, go to drum. See nothing in there yet. I'm going to pop in this flash card. Slow it. Now you see user expansion shows up in there. And I click in there. Now you see all the programs are there now too. So now in standalone mode, I can load all of these up and got everything in. So that's all I wanted to do this morning. But there's one other thing I wanted to do. I wanted to get that fixed and working. So I'll do some cooking. But I have that vocal thing. I was mentioning yesterday to work on. So let me get working on that vocal thing next. What did I want to say? Oh, first I want to say thank you. Man, kidnapped child Amber Alert. Hope you're good, baby. First, I want to say thanks to Nada King Show for the message last night. That was real encouraging. I appreciate it. I appreciate quite a few people for some encouraging conversations and just reach outs recently. But something I thought was important to say is, rest in power to Father Lord, aka Bucci. Without him, I wouldn't have learned the real value of giving to something greater than myself. And that's why we have Great School Crew. He's a big part of the reason the Beggars are still some of the best ever. Peace to RZA for recognizing and supporting that. I didn't recognize my power, but I see it now, big brothers. Next, my wife, you, two are a big part of the reason why I do what I do, along with the crew and surrounding community. Thank you to everybody. I will see y'all later. Peace.